Hi there, my name's James and welcome to R&R, the show where I react to and review some of the latest and greatest music videos. Today, I'll be checking out Chalk Outlines by Ren Chinchilla. This is one I've been looking forward to for quite a while, so let's get to it. Some really nice Foley work so far, particularly with headphones on.
Still here in this bed that I crawled in. I hope that I'm someone else in the morning. So take this one, wash it down and you'll be fine. Walk around in a floating chalk outline. So it goes, let it be. In the gallows, balanced on my toes so I can breathe. But little by little, bit by bit, I push it back down with a new habit. If not for long, just for a while, I'll bury myself with a great big smile. Oh my, oh my, we trace ourselves in these chalk outlines. Oh my, oh my, erase ourselves in these chalk outlines.
Nice so far. I've checked out a few of Ren's busking performance videos, so I've got an idea of, his range, and I guess from a lot of those videos, he does tend to perform a fair bit of R&B music, or takes older songs and kind of mashes it up in that sort of rhythmic style of a modern R&B. And even vocally here, we definitely get that more sort of soulful singing style, particularly with his vocal range as well. He definitely was staying lower than I feel he usually does in a lot of the other songs that I've checked out from him. So that's nice. It's nice to hear that range. And then obviously once he gets to that chorus section, he really opens up. But even the tone of his voice, when he does hit some of those higher notes, it's still quite soulful. It's not quite as harsh, I guess, as what we get in something like High Ren or even the series of Money Game songs. This is also the first live recorded song that I've checked out from Ren where he's using a electric guitar instead of an acoustic, so that's a nice little change as well, which definitely softens the overall feeling, I feel, at least particularly with the way that he's playing. It's again kind of yet not as harsh, not as brash as his playing usually is in, against something like Money Game or even the Tales kind of series of songs as well. But obviously, I think those ones have a different purpose. So I like that there's those intricacies within the purpose that he's bringing. I guess the only one thing that we don't get because of that, because he's using a electric guitar instead of an acoustic, is we don't quite get the same atmospheric sounds, the sounds of the acoustic guitar playing off of the acoustics of the room. We're mostly getting that direct signal being sent via the wireless system that he's using for the electric guitar. So that is, really me nitpicking at this point. There's that, even though we're getting that with his vocal bouncing around with the acoustics in the room, we're not getting it with the guitar that we usually do.
Sertraline and a sip of serotonin. Don't cry, 'cause there's a pill for everything. Take this one, wash it down and you'll be fine. The feeling goes and you draw a chalk outline.
So it goes, let it be. In the gallows, I'm balanced on my toes so I can breathe. But little by little, bit by bit, I push it back down with a new habit. If not for long, just for a while, I bury myself with a great big smile. Oh my, oh my, we trace ourselves in these chalk outlines.
This vocal balance is perfect.
Erase ourselves.
Ooh. That was really nice. That interplay of those vocals when when Chinchilla and Ren start singing together was really beautiful. So I have no knowledge of Chinchilla, any of her past works. I guess, hearing her vocal, she definitely has a lot of soulfulness as well. So I'm sort of curious as to whether this is Ren, sort of molding himself or molding his vocal to complement Chinchilla's in this particular instance. And if so, again, it just sort of shows, how much pre-production work that would have went into getting this song to this point, so it does meld together so well. I would say so far, those verse sections is really where the lyrics are hitting hardest for me. As soon as the sort of pre-chorus and then chorus sections come in, I'm much more focusing on just the experience as a whole. But the way that the lyrics are structured, so it always comes back to referring to, the chalk outline. As soon as it gets to that point, it just hits so hard. I do also like the fact that they're both dressed in white, and that obviously plays a massive part of it as well. There was a funny moment early on, and I sort of love these little intricate parts of Ren's live recorded videos and songs where you get these moments of realness and rawness that I don't think was planned. There's this moment where Chinchilla's nails brush past her jewelry, I think it was, and it was probably a little goof, I feel, but it just adds that sort of little extra tangibleness to the experience, which is nice in this setting, I feel. It just adds to that realness, that rawness, that not everything is perfect. And I guess on that note as well, particularly Ren's playing, his technique's great, but there definitely was this sort of moment of tension building I'm not sure if it was intentional or not, but tempo-wise, kept building and building and building just ever so slightly, incrementally. And then as it gets to the chorus, so the tempo drops back just a bit. And again, I love that sort of thing in a live performance where there's excitement and there's, the rush of an amazing performance happening. You're a part of it, but it's also happening to you, and you just get a little bit carried away. And I feel there was that moment, maybe that Ren was like, oh no, it's getting a little bit too quick, and he pulls back. So there's enough room for their vocal performance to really fit as intended. Those intricacies that we always get in these videos, these songs from Ren. Awesome.
It's such a perfect day. Take it just in case. Take it just in case. I'm scared of being okay, 'cause all things change. All things change. It's such a perfect day. It's a beautiful shade. It's a beautiful shade. I'm scared of being okay, 'cause all things change. But little by little, bit by bit, I'll push it back down with a new habit. If not for long, just for a while, I'll bury myself with a great big smile. Oh my, we trace ourselves in these chalk outlines. Oh my,
erase ourselves in these chalk outlines.
Nice. All right. Yeah, a really solid ending there. Again, I think I really enjoyed hearing Ren just sort of singing lower than I'm used to hearing him. And it's just a nice treat, I think, to hear his range. And again, when he is singing down low, there's just something different within his tone. Just a nice little extra sort of touch with this one for me. As for Chinchilla's performance, yeah, there's comparisons you could absolutely make to, Adele or even Tash Sultana came to my mind. That interplay again between the vocals from Ren and Chinchilla, super nice, particularly in that sort of bridging section where, yeah, you get Ren singing lower, Chinchilla singing in her higher head voice. Really, really nice. Very enjoyable. I would say probably the only thing, not necessarily missing, but that has evolved in Ren's later live performance recordings has been a little bit more of an interplay or a choreography between the performers we see on screen and the camera person. We get a little bit of that here, but it's not as intricate as we've got in, say, Violet's Tale, or, particularly in Money Game Part 3. But I think that's a whole nother thing that we can't really compare this to. But yeah, it's nice to go back for me now and see some of these older ones, and again, kind of get that perspective of that's where Ren was at that point in time, and now look at something, say, like Money Game Part 3, which is the production value has just increased so much. It's great to have that direct comparison now, and that sort of reference point as well. So yeah, really overall, I could continue to make comparisons and pick it apart a little bit more, but I think overall, as I kind of mentioned earlier on, the purpose of this song and the sort of message behind it is quite different to Hi Ren, the Tales series or the Money Game series. So I kind of don't think it is appropriate to make too many direct comparisons there. yeah, this one, I think it really does come down to that interplay of the vocals between Ren and Chinchilla, as well as I feel there is a little bit more of a direct comparison to some of those busking videos from many years past. So overall, I think a really nice song, different to what I'm used to from Ren, which is kind of refreshing. So that's it from me in this one. Be sure to let me know, what are your guys' thoughts on Chalk Outlines by Ren and Chinchilla? And please let me know, what are some songs that I should check out from Chinchilla? Because she definitely has a very strong voice and I'm interested to hear a little bit more of her. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel, check out some of these other videos appearing before me, and you'll catch me in the next one.